if they show initiative, because initiative is another like big like must have for me.
Yeah.
Not that I won't say like, hey, would love to like get together, whatever. But I, when we get to date 3, like I would hope that they would show initiative. If they don't, that to me is almost like an easy way for me to, I don't know if you've ever seen like the Simpsons gif where where Bart like fades into the bushes, but like to me, I'm like, if you're not showing initiative, it's like an easy way for me to be like, great, check it off. I like leaned in, done.
Yeah, but wait a second. I just want you to see how you're like, if it's this by date 3, and I love the image, the vision, the visual, right? But it's like, okay, but let's look at the whole picture. Was he so fucking amazing? And you guys like totally hit it off, and like the chemistry was off the charts, and he asked you lots of questions about yourself, and like you're totally hitting it off, and you initiated the first 2 dates. And then like, you're just like, oh, why is he not? Why is he not? And maybe you initiate the third, and you're just like, hey, I'm interested in you. I feel like I'm driving the bus. I'd like to see some masculine energy here. Like, what's your deal? I feel like when you're with me, you're interested, but I'm like driving the bus here.
Yeah.
And I'm just using that as an example. I don't love, look, I get it. You want the man to do the pursuing, right? You want to feel like taken care of. Maybe you're not like living in the 50s and expecting him to pay for everything all the time. I like to treat Larry and like contribute to the relationship. But yeah, I really appreciate it, especially because I drove to Santa Barbara. I mean, he said, I'll come down, but I was like, no, I'll come up to you, because and that doesn't matter. But I wanted to come up. I felt actually like safer me visiting than him coming down. And I wanted to come to Santa Barbara, but right. And then I made a joke of like, well, that's where this is where my masculine energy stops here, with like a winky face, right? To be like, I know it's like me making the gesture.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want you to see that you're like, this is the way I am. And so therefore, because I'm like this, I always say yes to second dates. And by the way, for the people that don't make initiative, by date 3, this is what my spiel is. Cause you're just like deciding, and you're not looking back at the whole picture of him individually and you individually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what we do with our dating lives. We lump stories together. Like I had a client in the group, 3 guys. She started to date in the Find Someone Better section in a more conscious way than she ever had. And like 3 guys in probably 3 weeks, like said, I really want to go out with you again. And then they never called. And now she's like, I can't get a date to stick. And clearly there's something I'm doing. And like, I was laughing at her. I'm like, you just started dating and you just went out with 3. Actually, it was not even in 3 weeks. I think it was like 3 guys in 2 months. And I was like, that's not a lot. And you live in LA, shit like that happens. Trust me. I lived there for years, right? Like this is par for the course, and let's unpack each individual date. Like she fixed 2 of the 3 guys, was she broke down the date. I was like, why do you even want to go out with this guy again? She was telling me like weird shit that both of them were doing. And I'm like, okay, so the third one, we're not really sure what happened, but actually you're not into the other 2, but she just automatically lumps them. And I know it's like an apples comparison, but that's what our tendency is. And that's when like women are like, men this and men that. And it's like, that's not true. There are tons of amazing available men out there. And people love to do these generalizations based on actually experiences that are few and far between.